Is Hollywood calling your little one? All it takes is that big break, but you have to know how to break in first. Brooke talked to a casting director for the steps to getting your kids started.
What do Jodie Foster and Drew Barrymore have in common? They were both child actors, and look at them now.
I can't even leave my apartment. I can't go to the South Asiatic Sea.
Curious about breaking your child into the limelight? We asked casting director Lana Vinker for her breakthrough tips.
The first thing to do definitely is to try to get some training. If they start networking around with people who are actually working professionally themselves in their area, they're going to find out who the good acting teachers are, rather than just answering an ad in the paper.
Lana says the good teachers will emphasize teaching emotions rather than adjectives. And it doesn't hurt to have representation, but be wary of the scams.
Real acting schools are not talent agencies, and real talent agencies are not acting schools. The two are separate. Real talent agencies know that they're not supposed to teach classes. So when you're looking for a school, you shouldn't look for a school that says, oh, you know, also we're going to make you famous, we're going to put you in front of famous people. That's not what a school is about. The school is about teaching people how to act.
You don't necessarily need an agent to find casting calls in your community. Check your local paper. Contact the local acting community. Even Craigslist. The good news, you can find opportunities in any city.
Everyone thinks that you have to be in Hollywood or you have to be famous to get into a movie, but a lot of times these films shoot on location, and the smaller parts are reserved for actors who live in the areas around where the shoots are happening. Not just extras, but actual speaking parts can go to local actors in smaller regional markets, and it happens all the time. I just finished putting kids in several different episodes of TNT's Leverage. I cast some kids that are going to be in the new Harrison Ford film, and of course a whole bunch of kids in Paranoid Park, the Gus Van Sant film. So, and those are all kids that don't live in Los Angeles, don't live in New York, don't even have agents.
Lana also cast several actors in Twilight, and she's currently writing a book to help young actors gather the right tools to break into the industry. Oh, and parents, she has advice for you too.
A big factor goes in casting goes into not only how good is the child, but how easy are the parents to work with.
Oh, really?
So yes. So if we know that, you know, child's pretty good, but the production's going to have the parent on set for 6 weeks, and we know that they're difficult to work with, that might have an effect.
Becoming an actor means standing in long lines, going through hundreds of auditions, and few jobs. As a parent, it's your job to make your child feel good, no matter what the outcome.
Succeeding at the audition has to do with how they feel about how they did, and it shouldn't be tied to whether or not they got the job. Because kids can get really disappointed if they didn't get the job, or if the parents come down on them and say, oh my gosh, you know, you didn't do a good audition, you didn't get it. That shouldn't, if you're like trying to shield your kid from feeling too much disappointment, you really need to celebrate their audition and go out and do something fun afterwards and celebrate the fact that they went there and they did it, and you know, they made it through and they had a good time or whatever, and then just kind of forget about whether or not they booked the job.
For Better, I'm Brooke Carlson.
Look for Lana's book next spring. In the meantime, if you have any questions for her, send her a note on her blog. We'll put a link on our website, bettertv.com. Look for the links tab.
This has been BetterTV.com. Please email us your thoughts, ideas at BetterTV.com.